So this is our official first look at the Formula Boats 387 CCF right here behind me in a beautiful baby blue. They're unveiling it at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show, but we're lucky enough to get a look before then. Take a look at this thing, absolutely gorgeous. Some of the fun parts of going through these boats is just working your way through and just figuring out what's what. So, haven't been on this boat before. It's fun to just tinker around and kind of be surprised, even though the guys are going to take us through in tremendous detail and show us every single feature for that YouTube video that we'd love to go in depth on.
Want to put a boat through a test. On a breezy day, you run through Haulover Inlet.
You guys definitely did a good job with it. It looks,
Thank you.
looks very nice.
Like Vic said, we done 2 years of extensive research. We put together a fish team, and we would go and fish at charters, but we wouldn't do it by season or what was a good bite or who was a good captain. We were looking at what boats they had,
Right, just
how it was powered, and then how they fished on certain sizes of the boats, how it was laid out.
it was just research,
Tons of
missions.
I mean, it's rough that you had to go on so many fishing trips.
I know, it's
Research,
terrible.
but
Someone's got to sacrifice, you know,
Someone,
for the greater good.
He was about to quit, but we talked him out of it in a nanosecond.
Like, I need a raise. This is ridiculous. I got to go
That
fishing
didn't
again?
work. We both tried.
It was nice. We got to go up to Cape Cod, bluefin tuna.
No way.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
72
feel bad for you. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, a lot of people through the platforms ask for that. We started it a while ago. We did it with a few companies, and it was really just getting the boat and doing what it was built to do, whether it's fish, you know, sailfish, or go grab lunch, or anything. Just showing that real lifestyle that you're acquiring by buying the boat. So we started doing that a couple times, and now people ask us all the time. They're like, "Oh, we want to see like fishing action on the fishing boats," and that sort of thing does really well on the platforms. It's exciting for people to watch, and they kind of engage, and at the same time, we're kind of showing how that captain organizes his boat. Where does he store his bait? Where is he organizing his rods? How does he set up his kite setup? Like, all that stuff is interesting to watch, and then at the same time, they're learning about your boat. So we sacrifice ourselves from time to time and go fishing with you know.
Fishability of the boat.
Exactly.
I'd be lying if I said some of that 2 years of research wasn't watching a lot of your guys' videos.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, we got quite a bit of that too. People from all the way in Abu Dhabi, like they'll ask questions about boats, and all they're watching is to see how, you know, the U.S. builders are doing things to try to mimic it.
Yeah.
It's ultimately what it is. Get ideas. And
A lot of boats that are sold over there, they never see the boat. You know, they never come over here to see it.
yeah,
So they're buying it based on recommendation or what they learn about it online.
oh sure. Yeah, and thankfully we get quite a few people that actually come up to us and tell us their story of, I bought this Sportsman without even looking at it. Same thing happened to us at West Palm Beach, and yeah, they do a lot of their homework and research online nowadays, and some, like you said, don't even step foot on a boat.
Right.
You know, they've seen enough to at least feel comfortable with making the purchase, and it's crazy how that works, but glad what we're doing actually, you know, helps people out.
It does.
So walking on the 387 CCF by Formula Boats, we're gonna take a look starting in the cockpit area and the power plant. We have Abe from Formula Boats. Thank you very much for having us. So let's get started. We got triple 450Rs on this one. Tell us a little bit about the specs of the boat to start off, and then we're gonna work our way up to the bow from there.
It's a 38-foot, 7-inch, 12-foot beam. It's got triple 450s on this one. You can get 300s, 350s, 400s, or dual 600s.
Oh, okay, nice. How many gallons of fuel are you holding on this boat?
The Fish has 500 gallons in it, and the Sport will have 350.
Okay, so this is the fish version.
Yes, sir.
Geared for that. Obviously, we can see the rod setup. Unfortunately, you're not taking us out fishing, which I'm very upset about. Just get that out in the open right away, but I'm just kidding. We're gonna take a look. This thing is very well done, as you can see right off the bat. We haven't gotten into any detail, but the fit and finish is phenomenal. This thing looks like it's show ready right now, so you guys were well prepared for us, but we can expect that sort of thing from Formula. So the first thing we noticed, let's talk about the transom. What'd you guys do here? I see there's extensions on both sides of the outboards. Seems like real easy space to get in and out of the dock, maybe, you know, jumping in and out of the water. What was the idea back there?
Well, exactly what you said. Access from the docks. We have ladders behind each pod, so you could use them as swim ladders. They're safety ladders. We're actually in Key West, and we were yellowfin or yellowtail fishing from back there.
Oh, really? Really nice. So
A lot of room to be able to get back here. You actually have a space to get from one side to the other. The port side door on the transom makes it real easy as well. Very comfortable. Can you guys do quad engines, or are you just doing triple on just trim this? Okay. All right, very nice. Plenty of live well space here. How many gallons on each of these?
40 gallon.
I'm gonna pop these open. You guys can take a closer look here. Nice light blue gel coat, oval shape, rounded edges, making sure your baits are nice and happy. So definitely no shortage of live bait room. And over here on the port side, not sure if I said that was the port side door or the starboard side door, you got a grill over here. That's a nice surprise.
That is.
So whether you're out here fishing or just hanging out with the family, you can throw some skirt steaks on there, some of your fresh catch, and obviously it's nice and out of the way there. It's a good spot for that. Is this an option, or is this something that comes standard?
That grill's optional.
Yep. Okay. All right, continuing along, I see some sort of retractable seat. I'm gonna go ahead and take the liberty of popping that over. Okay. Very nice. These are always comfortable when you can have them like this, that they're integrated into the transom. You can get them out of the way, so whether you're fishing or not, you don't have to get an additional piece and throw it out at the dock or, you know, at the back of your house and deal with it in here. You notice you have a toe kick, which is nice.
Yes,
you can get your feet underneath. You got your upholstery, combing bolster here to give you some padding if you're fighting a fish off the back of the boat. And again, that thing basically completely disappears. So what do we have? Let's make our way over here to the port side. Looks like we got some storage over here.
Just general storage there, and then the upper one has your live well pumps, live well lights.
Oh, okay. You got your switches hidden in there. That's pretty cool. All right.
Explain to me what we got going on over here.
For your electric reels. Electric reel outlet.
Electric reel outlet up top.
Shore power
Shore
1,
power.
shore power 2. Then on this side, all that is your breakers for them. So this is
Okay.
your shore power inlet, and then breakers for shore power 1.
Oh, gotcha.
Same thing. And that's your coax if you're watching cable at the dock.
Okay. Also nice to have the ladder easily accessible there, but you know, completely out of the way where you're not gonna be kicking it. And again, you have a what is that right there?
For where you're getting out of your swim ladder. You
Oh,
actually have
okay.
to put a handhold to grab
grab.
hold.
So let's pop this open. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And as you guys know, I like to tinker with things.
You have to open that.
Oh wait.
No. This just has to come back.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, so this has the clip here.
Yep.
And this opens up and hides under there.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Obviously, one of the things we like to do is see how different companies do, you know, the whole side doors, their console doors. I think it says a lot about a company. This is obviously a very difficult thing to master in several ways. We're very familiar with how difficult it is for manufacturers to be able to create a nice whole side door. So you guys do a great job with this. It's just the right thickness that it tucks away underneath that cap. And then this pops over here and exposes some cup holders, which are always a good thing. And then, as you said, this pops out here to drop your ladder in and use this as a grab handle just to pull your way out, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very cool. And this is magnetized here, or does it flip?
Nope,
Okay,
magnetized.
it's a magnet, so it's easy to pull off there. And the mistake I made is I was unclipping this before unclipping this one, but there you go, that clips in place, locks, you're good to go. Why don't we jump in? I'm seeing a extra large bilge access hatch. This has a Seakeeper in it?
Yes, sir. Seakeeper 3.
Seakeeper 3. Wow, look at that. Seakeeper 3, Fisher Panda generator.
Obviously a ton of room, easy to, I assume this is a drop down you can step on?
Yes, sir.
You can see how much space you have in here. Very comfortable to get into anything you need to work on. Got your batteries down here, all your pumps.
Sea chest behind you.
Sea chest. This looks like it comes up right here and exposes all your valves. So very well thought out. Abe, looks like this rear facing setup has a lot going on. Can you take us through?
Absolutely. We call this our leading post. We have structure everywhere on this thing.
Yeah, heavy duty.
Here's our switch panel. We can run out the cooler. 138 can cooler, made in-house. This cooler doubles as a seat, or you can stand on it to grab your rods.
That's a good sized cooler right there. You can say you can jump up here. You got your rod holders up here.
Yep.
I'm not a big guy. It makes it easy to get to that. So that's a nice little detail. And then obviously an extra seat back here, even with this decking material, is comfortable enough to sit here all day with no problem at all. I like
And
that.
then you could use it as your footrest when you pull out the slide out seat with AC in your lumbar.
Testing it. All right. Oh, this is nice.
One of the nicest
Yeah.
seats in the house.
And I see you got some AC vents right under here.
Yes, sir.
Which people sometimes say you're out in the open, those AC vents don't do anything, but that is completely incorrect. You sit here and you have that little tickle of AC in your lower back, and it kind of makes it changes the temperature back here just enough to make it noticeable and comfortable. So I like this. This is a favorite seat in the house so far. Let's go through the other stuff here. Storage, Plano boxes, tackle, more storage. What do you got in here? Sink?
Sink.
Okay. You got that out of the way. Nice little sink area.
With that sink, this also has a cutting border on the back of it, and it fits securely in between your rails.
That's a good idea.
And the rails are there so the seat sets on those and never scratches your top.
Very nice. It's nice to see small details like that are well thought out. You can tell it's from people that have been out here and have come across that struggle. Hey, this cutting board, we don't want it exposed all the time because sometimes that thing with knife marks might get ugly. You can hide it, but easily take it in and out and have a space right for it. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. What else we got back here?
We have sure shade, and then also back here we have macerators for your fish box and macerator for the forward fish box.
Okay.
Cooler.
All the boxes are insulated and macerated?
Yep, all of them in the floor.
Very nice. This is a great detail here. You can already feel the difference. Hasn't even made it all the way out yet.
Florida sun.
Yeah. When you're in the sun as much as we are, you can definitely appreciate the shade.
Yes, sir.
Perfect, right up to the rods. So you can actually, you got enough here that you can fish off the side and really not have that interrupt you.
Yeah.
So it's really like the perfect width. Maybe not so much off the back, obviously, but off to the side, you can definitely have that thing out and hit a reef or, you know, fish for mahi or anything else with not much of a problem. Very nice. Definitely makes it comfortable back here. And I like how you have the panel, so cooler in. Sweet setup. Let's crack open the starboard side fish box. As you can see, it's a great size. These are insulated and macerated, and as you can see, they have Dometic chill plates within them, which make it real nice. You don't even need ice to put fish in this thing.
You can see it's gel coated in there, and that's not a small part. That's actually part of our grid. So we insulated the grid, which is glued to the hull, and brought it all the way up to the deck, and glue the deck to the grid.
Really?
Makes the boat crazy rigid.
Okay, that's very interesting. So, just so I understand that completely, this is a bucket within that grid.
It is actually molded into the grid.
Oh, this is molded
Yep.
into the grid.
Yep. There's no small part. It is the grid that runs. The
Oh,
whole,
the whole thing.
whole
Oh, wow,
skeleton.
that's very impressive. Okay, really nice. That's a detail we didn't know about Formula. Let me point out this little detail here, which I thought was cool. It's something small, but the scupper system is usually something you want to hide. You'll see a big drain and a drain cover on a lot of boats. These guys here create this little piece, so if you want to lift it up and clean any debris that you have there, you can do it, but when you put it down, it doesn't look like there's anything there at all. So really nice, excellent finishes as you see underneath these hatches. Really serious gasket system here too, which a lot of those thin ones tend to just flimsy, fall apart and not do their job. So something husky like this is definitely nice that you know is not going to go anywhere. So little details that we're just noticing as we go through, and that's a a pretty cool bit of information that we didn't know about Formula Boats about that grid system. So one thing we wanted to point out real quick were the JL audio speaker covers here and kind of like a polished finish, which give it a real nice touch. Got the reverso system here, so you can flush your engine, stick the hose in here, and it goes one engine at a time, so you don't got to be dealing with it one by one. And then your system's flush as well, which gets your sea chest and everything down here below. So really cool detail just to make things and your whole life a lot easier. See some horizontal rod storage, gaff storage underneath the cap here. And then you have what Abe called here, I think he's got a trademark pending on the keeper rail. So if you're fishing off this side here, it's just something that keeps you in place and holds you. Something you might not think is a big deal, but it's probably something you use a ton in this area. So we'll continue walking our way up the starboard side and just start opening hatches as we see them. Abe, what do we got here?
In here you have your Dometic AC controls and your Dometic KRA chiller plate unit controls. Okay. Dedicated for each side, have their own controls.
Okay, very nice. You got a paper towel holder, fire extinguisher, always good to have that. And then here you have trash, which again is something we're seeing more and more on boats, which never was around before. We used to throw stuff in the live well. They used to get stinky, you used to have to pile them out. So having a dedicated trash is huge.
Yes, it is.
So let's continue.
In here we have our dedicated storage for the cutting board and molded in 5-gallon bucket storage. And again, this is the grid that comes up and glues to the deck.
So now jumping over to the port side, let's see what they got hidden under here. So you got holders for your fluorocarbon, knife holder. You got a Dometic system here. This is for the chiller plates underneath me, I assume.
Yes, sir.
And even some cup holders under there, which can't ever have too many of those. Why don't you show us what you got under there, Abe?
Here we have a Yeti 35 on slide outs.
That is cool. So you have a cooler you can just pop out. Is that removable?
It is, it is. And then we have a system here that this has to lock your cooler in so it's not banging on your door. And if it's not locked in, your door won't even shut. So that lets you know that
very cool.
Everything
so
stays
just holds it in place.
Just dedicated storage above it.
Yeah, your Nature Valley bars, you need to have those. It's great to have a cooler that you can actually take up and remove from the boat, in my opinion. That's something that we've done as well. The large cooler is great, you know, to load the heavy stuff, but it's good to have just that little one that you can take with you and not have to empty out a cooler completely, especially if you're just doing a shorter day trip where you don't need to load up, you know, that full cooler. So cool little detail. I assume everything's duplicated on this side?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's work our way to the helm area. So we stepped up to the helm area. First couple things that I noticed, it's elevated on a boat of this size. It makes it extremely comfortable to get that, you know, better visibility up top. You have a large console. It allows you to add more space into the cabin, which I'm sure we're going to see in a little bit. But Abe, if you can, just run us through what we're looking at up here.
On this boat, we have triple 16 Garmins. It's the first time Formula's offered Garmin straight from the factory. You can get twin 22s or 12s. We have digital switching here and then redundant switches below it. We set everything up. We have 4 outlets for the air conditioning up here. Opening windshield.
That's a cool detail. Can you run at speed with that?
Absolutely.
Seems like those actuators are heavy duty, so they can hold up just about anything. Yep. From the look at it.
We've been in some rough water and high-end speeds with it, so.
Oh, it's nice. You can already feel the breeze that kind of comes through here, and we're sitting still. So, you know, these bigger boats, the more time that goes by and technology improves, they just keep getting cleaner and cleaner, and it's nice to see a dash without having 5,000 gauges and buttons that anybody can come up here and use. And one of the things that Mercury has is this joystick system, which you mentioned integrated the bow thruster in it. So not only do you use the engines to move this boat, but the bow thruster now gets into it. So this thing moves around like nothing I've ever seen. Vic put on quite the demonstration for us there earlier, and it was really cool to see. Anybody, whether you have experience driving a boat or not, can grab this joystick. And not that you want to depend on it all the time in case something was to break down, but it's nice to have there and can have that, you know, novice boater feel comfortable getting on a boat like this and being able to, you know, dock it somewhere.
Yes, sir.
So what else are we looking at? We have
3 inductive chargers up here, which are nice just to hold your phone, let alone charge them.
Yep, we worked with this company. They do good stuff. We've had it on on a couple of boats, and they've worked really well. Again, just to have your boat out of the way, it's charging, and being able to hit your Apple Music or anything like that is it's really comfortable, especially where you guys have it here.
We use them all the time.
Yeah.
We also have a drawer on this side.
Oh wow.
And just a cubby hole on this side. And that cubby hole is at an angle, so stuff isn't falling back out on you. We have all 3 of our seats. 2 of them are optional. The center one's standard, but they're adjustable, powered.
Very nice. Who makes these seats? I didn't see
We-
these. You guys make them in-house, or?
We upholster them in-house. They're a pomponette seat.
That's a very nice chair. It kind of holds you in place, as you can see these grooves, so really comfortable to the body, and the fact that you can adjust them forward and backwards is great. And then obviously if you don't want to sit down, popping this up, you know, it's a great leaning option also. Really like these chairs.
We also have a 3/4 inch helm pad here.
It
makes it
fluffy
pretty
and
nice.
comfortable. That is for sure. And I see this has storage underneath. What are we looking at under here?
We use it just for first aid or our Mustang life jackets.
Very cool. Okay.
Put all our Garmin covers under there.
Okay. Under here, while we're at it, why don't we take a look at these? Why don't we start over there? What do we got underneath the leaning post?
This side, this is for your lighting, fuses, and this is for your digital switching.
Okay. Well, it's nice to be able to get to everything so easily, how you guys have it set up. And I guess this gets...
That's just for service for the air conditioner or anything behind.
Okay. And lastly?
That side we have all your ignitions, any of your 12-volt stuff's on that side.
Okay. Again,
CCM.
ease of access for things like this, for maintenance and all that is great. You've done a really good job with that. So, all right, very nice. Working our way up, let's look at this top area. We see you have your vessel view, your VHF. What else we got up here?
Seakeeper control, Fireboy stuff. This is for your optional
Searchlight?
spotlight. Yep.
Okay. And then some JL audio speakers up here to maximize the sound. I see you have it kind of 360 degrees up here, so the sound's got to be phenomenal.
It is.
From this
and then
area.
With the Rockford Fosgate head, we have 4 zones, so we could be in the bow or in the aft and really have it loud, and the captain can turn the center zone down.
Yeah. I'm sure you guys have experienced these speakers, as many as you have underneath the cap, are great when you're inside the boat, but they don't really fire out of the boat if you're at a sandbar, swimming or whatever. So these up here are the ones that we notice really just propel that sound over the top of that cap and give you a little something extra while you're in the water. So besides having that excellent sound while you're in the helm area or in this entertainment space outside of the boat, really is affected by that. Getting into this hard top, I see you have a lot going up here too. It's oversized, which we appreciate. The more time you spend in the sun, the less sun you seem to want to get hit with. So whether you're fishing or cruising, it's nice to be tucked away here and not being just bombarded with the sun. See some Gemlux outriggers, which are nice and easy to get to here. Access up to some of your stuff on the top, and I assume you can do a second station option here if you wanted?
Not from the factory.
No? Oh, okay.
Aftermarket. We built the hardtop structurally sound.
To be able to hold it?
Yep,
Yeah,
with
I mean,
in mind,
you can tell this thing is heavy duty, so, okay.
We do have vinyl wrap panels with RGB lighting all the way around them. And then we have dedicated red lights for night, and then white lights just for visibility.
Very nice. Oh, it's a great area to sit back and relax. It is comfortable here. We're having a rough little Tuesday with you guys so far. Working our way up to the bow. First thing we see is that there's quite a bit of room. Even though you have a rather large lounger, I'm gonna sacrifice myself and see what this thing is about. But go ahead and tell us what we got going up in this area, Abe.
Well, up here you have your lounger. You have a window going into your cabin, 2 USB-C chargers, lighted cup holders, rod holders on the sides.
Very nice, definitely comfortable, perfect shape to contour to the body. And I think I see something here, right?
Another insulated
wow.
cooler.
Look at the size of that thing. That's great. It's really nice to have a separate cooler here when you have a good amount of people on the boat, having some stuff, food, drinks, whatever it may be, and not have to walk back and forth. It's not the end of the world, but it does make things a lot more comfortable. Is that an option to have that, or is that a standard feature?
That's standard.
Okay, very nice. Again, you have Great room up here towards the bow. One thing I do notice as well is the height of the hull itself. If you were to gaff a fish from up here, both the height for my body to kind of lean over and the distance from myself down to the water, not a problem at all to gaff a fish and get it over the bow. So although this is a big husky boat, you guys did a nice job with the lines of it and the heights off the water for sure. So let's go ahead and actually take a look at what you got under here. Again, you're going to notice that there aren't any gas shocks on any of these hatches either. So it's all friction hinges. Makes it real easy just to keep it in place, and you don't have the gas shock in the middle to deal with. Then you have the heavy gaskets here, which is nice. And again, I assume this is all integrated into that grid system that you were mentioning, Abe?
That's actually a small part, but that's also insulated and macerated.
Okay. Well, you got a good sized box up here as well. Lastly, we're going to get into the console cabin. Let's go take a look at that.
Down here we have a galley, refrigerator, drawer, microwave, sink. On each side we have our storage, Rockford Fosgate head unit, another USB-C charger. On this side we have a Dometic air conditioner controller. Each side has blinds to cover our port lights. This whole area will turn into a bed. So what we did is we pull this down, drawer comes out. That's your filler cushion with your table underneath it, and then this is a filler cushion. We have house batteries behind this seat, water heater behind this seat. That's your AC/DC panel and generator control. This side has storage, but that's also access to your amps and water pump. We have rod storage down here. Clip in your conventional rod and stores up out of the way. 32-inch TV, JL speakers. And in here we have the head unit. We have hooks on your back wall. It's 6'2" inside for headroom. A curtain that goes around the head to keep it dry. Electric flush.
Well, this is definitely not roughing it underneath this oversized hardtop. This little breeze coming through. We're gonna go grab some lunch from what I hear.
Yes, sir.
Man,
What I'm told.
it's a rough gig we have here, but someone's got to do it. And as long as we provide value to those out there, we'll keep on making the sacrifice.
It's a hard day at work.
All right, pulling into Duffy's, grab some lunch. We're hungry. Look how easy it is to dock this thing with a joystick system. So that wraps up our full day sea trial on the 387 CCF. Abe, thank you very much for taking the time with us. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions, where should they reach out to? FortMillBoats.com. FortMillBoats.com. You can always get in touch with us as well. If we can't answer your question from what we learned here today, we'll pass you along to Abe himself or one of the team members from Fort Miller Boats. So thank you guys again. Subscribe, share this with your friends, and we got much more coming soon here at Center Console as well. Take care.